Hello, 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 and welcome to episode number 111 of 18 Talk Skinny Podcast. My name is Vanko, and I hope you guys are all doing extremely well. I am feeling a lot better. I know last week I was really sick and I was coughing a lot, but this week I definitely feel a lot better. I don't know. I feel like everyone's been sick recently, and I feel like I've been sick for like a month, and yeah, who the heck knows? Like health is weird. Health is weird, and yet I still continue to persist and persevere because that's what dumb people do. I'm kidding. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing very well. School is a thing. I am kind of overwhelmed by everything. I did do really well on my history test. I did get 100 today. Impressive, I know. History fears me. I don't fear history. History fears me. Yeah, I'm the person who wrote history basically. Actually, no, I don't want to be associated with that. That is not no. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing very well. It's March, it's nice, it's springy for sure. It's getting hotter for sure where I live. And I hope you guys are all doing very well, taking care of yourselves in these very busy times. I feel like this last March, April, May is, very busy time for school, but I feel like it's just a busy time for everyone. I feel like it always feels like it keeps on running and running and running, and it's just so dang crazy. But anyway, I want to get head over to our program of the week because I really enjoy this program. So yeah, let's go over to that segment. Yay. Okay, everybody. So our program of the week this week is a very nice program. It's actually a show program, not in competition. But this is from Charlene Guignard, Microfabry, their gala exhibition program at Music on Ice 2023, which is an ice show. And their music for this skate was the song Brividi by Mahmood and Blanco, which is one of my favorite songs, Italian songs, Eurovision songs. This song is absolutely stunning. I feel like, and I just feel like they do it so they perform it to the song so well. I just feel like the story of the song is being told really well. If you don't know, this song is kind of about a relationship that is very much not healthy. The two people are always fighting with each other. They're kind of described as, I think, like spitting on each other in a sense, spitting venom on each other, I think, in one of the lines. And they want to love each other, but they're like they're not able to find that love. And I truly do think that like Guignard and Fabry portray pieces of music and the feelings within them so well throughout their movement. I don't think like music speaks for itself, obviously, but I think skating just enhances the music more. And I feel like that's what Guignard and Fabry are able to do in this program. Specific moments. There's this kind of moment in the first thing, in the first what do you call it? In kind of the first section of the program, and it's kind of like a lift, but not really. He kind of like picks her up, and it looks like they're gonna go into like a kind of rotational lift, but then he kind of puts her down. He kind of just flips her over his head, and then she gets put down. And I don't know, stuff like that is like very nice and elegant. There's another moment where she's kind of laying flat, if that makes sense, and he's holding her up, and that's a rotational lift, which is very beautiful positioning. Oh my gosh, my favorite part of this program has to be in the knee slides. There's like in the bridge of the song towards the second half of the program, there's like the bridge and it's going really fast. And Charlene Yarn does this beautiful knee slide. And he kind of falls behind her. It's kind of like symbolic, right? Like he kind of falls behind her. They're not connected in this program a lot. They're not, they're holding hands, they're in their dance holds and everything. But I truly do think that like this program, the story is kind of told in how much they are together. And I just feel like this program doesn't have a lot of moments, honestly, where they are like together. And it kind of symbolizes, I don't know, the fighting, the conflict in their relationship. There's another moment in the bridge where they're kind of both walking forward, but he's very much kind of ahead of her. And, they're trying to catch up with each other, but they're not really there, which is also beautiful in the bridge of that program. There's another lift in the program where he kind of gets, or she kind of is lifted up, and then she puts one hand up, and then he kind of flips her over and then puts her down on the other side. I don't know, maybe never really being there for each other, like only in moments, only in certain moments they're there for each other. So that kind of vibe, I don't know. I really love this kind of program where it's kind of just up to your interpretation. The last, few moments of the program, they do a spin, and then by the end of the program, they're very clearly separated. They're kind of like together. during that last very big epic part of the program. But then they're split. She's kind of kneeling down on the ground, not kneeling down. She's lunging down on the ground, and she's looking at the ground, and he has his hand out towards her, but they're quite a distance away from each other. And so I don't know. I like programs like this where I feel like the music is interpreted very well. The lyrics of the song are taken very seriously, and they're able to really impact this program. And obviously, it's an exhibition program. It's just for entertainment. But I would love to see this in competition too. But Yarn Fabry, love them so much. Apparently, they're continuing to skate in the next season or so. So I would love to see that for them. So yeah, please go check it out. Yarn Fabry, their exhibition gala program at Music on Ice 2023 to the song Brividi by Mahmoud and Blanco. Go check it out. Go check out the performance and the song. The song is so dang good. I listen to the song like all the time. Now let's head over to our main episode. Okay, so oh my gosh, I cannot talk. As you have seen, as you saw, as you hopefully saw in the title, this episode is all about the 2026 World Junior Figure Skating Championships. And honestly, I never covered junior competitions. In fact, I know World Junior Figure Skating Championships is really the only competition I ever cover on the junior side. And I basically only talk about juniors when it is the World Junior Figure Skating Championships because I mostly focus on seniors because, oh my gosh, like if I had to focus on seniors and juniors, I feel like I'd go crazy as a figure skating podcaster and I would like have to watch so much and everything. But there's always a special time of the year where it's the World Junior Figure Skating Championships, and I do like to cover those because it's good to see this next generation coming up. And a lot of these skaters at this 2026 World Figure Skating or World Junior Figure Skating Championships will be seniors this next season or in the next 2 seasons or so, and they are going to they're going to be in the senior category. And, I really kind of want to talk about some of the top juniors currently and how I think they'll impact the senior field, especially in the men's and women's, which I'm, mostly interested in. What else? And also, I always feel like it's really nice to what? I always feel like it's really nice to kind of follow skaters from when they are juniors to seniors. I know a lot of people, I remember a lot of like Isabel Levito in 2021 or Ilya Molina in 2021, where, they weren't this huge celebrity in seniors and they had won world medals and US national titles and everything. They were juniors. They were juniors competing on the Junior Grand Prix. They went to the World Figure Skating Championships, etc. And so I always feel like it's very nice to follow junior and junior careers. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this specific 2026 World Junior Figure Skating Championships, which were held in none other than everyone's favorite European city, Tallinn, Estonia. Tallinn, Estonia has probably hosted like I don't know. Let me think. I feel like 5 events or 6 events maybe in the last like I don't know in this last since the beginning of the decade, which is crazy to me because Tallinn, Estonia, maybe Estonia is not like super duper well known for figure skating, but people love going to Tallinn, Estonia and the Tondiraba Ice Hall. And I always feel like the crowd in Estonia is super duper supportive. And obviously that's what we love to see in figure skating. Super supportive crowd. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of this competition, honestly. I only watched really like the top skaters that I usually see or I saw. But anywho, gosh, okay. Anywho, I kind of watched the top skaters only, but I'm still gonna give you a good overview of what happened and stuff. It just won't be like I don't know all these skaters. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that like I always feel this is probably why I don't cover junior competitions that often is because I truly don't watch juniors that often, right? And I don't have a lot to say about these juniors. Like I'll watch occasionally like some of the junior Grand Prix winners or stuff like that. I probably won't. I'm not watching every single one of these competitions on the junior level, and so I don't know a lot. And so compared to the men's, I'm like, okay, yeah, Ilya, Yuma, Adam. Like here, it's like the names are, they're familiar, but they're not as like familiar as in like I don't follow their careers religiously and everything. So that's kind of what I have to say about that. Hello, this is Van Gogh and editing the very next morning. I would like to add that I don't think I mentioned this, but it's also incredibly humbling to watch Junior Worlds because, like, whoa, these people that are like literally my age or even younger than me are like up there doing triple axels and quads and becoming like some of the best junior figure skaters in the world. And it's incredibly amazing to see these people put in so much hard work and they're my age. Like, it motivates me so much to do like bigger and better things in my life. So that's just the truth. I'm sorry. Okay, back to the episode. Okay. I'm thinking top 12 men and then top 12 women and then what's the other thing? And then I'll probably do top eight eight pairs and top 10 ice stands, kind of like not normal, but kind of like split each discipline kind of in half. So let's start off with the men's category, which I don't really watch. And let's see, guys. Her was 12th place in the men's category. I don't know. I don't know. In 12th place in the men's category was Yehor Kutsev of Ukraine, who was 13th in the strip program with a couple minor mistakes on his triple axel and triple lutz triple toe loop. And then he was 11th place in the free skate from 13th to 11th in the free for 12th overall, getting a very nice quad toe done. Only mistakes being a little stumble on that flip axel triple flip double axel combo and a pop double lutz, unfortunately. But very nice skater, very good, and a very good skater for Ukraine, a country that has who Kirilo Marsak right now. I don't know if Ivan Chimarako is still skating, and so someone to a new rising star in Ukraine. So 12th place at these World Junior Championships. In 11th place was Genrik Gartung of Germany, who is a very, I feel like, I don't know, has been a notable skier. Not has been a notable skier, but he's kind of notable for having kind of insane tech content so early in his career. He was 17th in the short program with the pop triple axel. Unfortunate there, but he rose to, let's see, he was 6th in the free skate for 11th overall. This is what I mean by his kind of crazy technical capabilities is that he has a quad flip, he has a quad lutz, he performed both of those successfully in the free skate. He did pop a single axle and he did attempt a second quad lutz in the second half of the program, but had a big stumble on it. So he had to save that. And so, again, what I mean by, kind of big tech score is that these jumps, quad flip, quadlets are, usually not what you're seeing from the junior field for sure. Definitely some work to do on the component side of things. The judges really giving him fives and sixes here, so he has room to improve those as well. But, again, from a country that does not have a lot of men's skaters right now, and so that will be very interesting to see again. He has competed on the senior level. He was at the Olympic qualifier. I remember that. Okay. Okay, let's talk about 10th place overall. 10th place overall was kind of a new star, I feel like, in the junior field this season, and that is Denis Kruglov of Belgium. This season for Denis Kruglov, he qualified. He qualified for the Junior Grand Prix final. He was 10th in the short program here with a very clean skate. I'm honestly a little surprised they didn't put him much higher. And then he was 8th place in the free skate for 10th overall. Wait, the first one was a short program, sorry. Only issues here, edge call on the triple flip, and then the last element of his program was a triple salchow with a fall under rotated, unfortunately. But a very good showing from Denis Kruglov of Belgium. Again, another country that we don't really see represented on the senior men's field, but very much a rising star in his country. From Japan in the men's field here, in ninth place overall was Daya Ibihara, who was third in the short program with a very clean skate. I believe this is a new personal best for him. And then unfortunate fall from third in the free to 12th, or third in the short to 12th in the free. Just a couple mistakes on the biggest elements here, the ones he really wanted clean. A fall and a downgraded quad toe, a pop triple axle, a quarter call on another triple axle. And so those are really the major mistakes that unfortunately brought his score down here, but he was on that podium for the short program. So again, Japan is not, definitely not a country we don't see on the senior men's field. We have a lot of Japanese men on the senior men's field, and these opportunities to even go to junior worlds are kind of scarce, kind of very difficult to get. So the fact that Daya Ibihara, he is here, is very, very good. And so good for him. Good for him. And he was on the podium after the short program. Would have liked a cleaner free, but very good. Another talent obviously rising from good old Japan. Lots of nice success in Japan. In eighth place overall, I really enjoy this skater. I feel like a lot of people in the community enjoy this skater, and that is from New Zealand, Yan Hao Lee. I absolutely adore. I love this short program. This short program is set to the music of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which is about 9/11. And this short program is so sublime and stunning, and it's beautiful, and it's very much heartfelt. I feel like it is very artistically done. It's super. I just don't know. I feel like he connects in the music so well. He was seventh in the short program here. Just a minor mistake on his triple axel, a quarter call on his triple lutz, but the judges were giving him, very good components here. Very, very good for Yan Hao Lee. His free skate was a ninth place free skate. A quad toe attempt did have fall downgrade on it, and then a pop single axle, unfortunately, but he did get the second triple axle done. So good for him. Again, I'm not just one of the skaters that I have my eyes on, especially in the junior field, because he's very, very talented. I believe he's moving up to seniors next season as well, so I'm excited to see that. But genuinely, such a sublime skater. I really enjoy his skating and his ability to perform. Okay, in seventh place overall was Jaehyun Lee of South Korea, who had a clean short program with a sixth place finish there. A 10th place free skate with a couple mistakes, a quarter on the quad toe, a pop single axle, and a triple let step out did bring his score all the way down to seventh place. But again, a very nice talent for sure. All right, now moving on to our top six, we have, of course, our American star. Two American stars in the top six, actually. The first American star, Lucius Kazanecki of the U.S. Of course, he's in, yes. I remember seeing Lucius Kazanecki at U.S. Nationals. I thought his program was pretty good there. He had a clean stroke program here. And then his free skate, I believe he was the one that has the Adios No Nino free skate. That was a very interesting Adios No Nino interpretation, in my opinion. Very talented jumper, two quad toes done in this free skate, and then a triple flip, triple toe, double axle, which is very impressive. Just a step out on the triple lutz here, but very redeeming after a 11th place short to come to 6 overall after a 7th place free. Another skater who made a really good comeback after an unfortunate short program was Choi Ha-bin of South Korea. He was ninth place in the short program with just not the highest GWs on any of his elements there, so that's what brought down his score. And then he ended up fourth in the free skate for fifth overall, getting two, and this is crazy, two quad toes done. Not quad toes, quad lutz is done actually. Two quad lutz is done. One in combo with the double axle on it. The second half of the program was really where there were a few struggles, triple lutz, and then a triple lutz repetition call, and then a triple flip, triple toe with an unclear edge on that first jump. But otherwise, like, that's crazy. Very, very well done on both of those quad lutzes, it seems. The triple lutzes could have been a little better, but wow, very talented skater from South Korea that we should watch out for. Okay. In fourth place here, this is a skater that oh my gosh, I cannot talk. This is a skater that I'm very excited to see. He's already been on the senior field. I'm excited to see him develop even more on the senior field. And that is from the US, Jacob Sanchez, who had a fairly clean short here. Little negative GUE on that let's toe in the second half of the program. He was also fifth in the free skate with a very clean program. Triple South Cow was the only mistake, and he kind of shrugged it off. He kind of like, no, man, it was kind of one of those things. But and he did have the double loop as well. I'm looking at his protocol. He had double loop and then that triple sound mistake. So a couple minor mistakes, but he was still good enough to get fourth overall at these World Junior Championships. Okay, our top three had very, very high scores here, and it's very good to see that. I mean, it's good to see that. Okay, and let's see. In third place here was the skater Taiga Nishino of Japan, who had a very clean short program with fourth in the short And then he had a second place free skate for third overall, getting a quad toe and a quad salchow done, the only error being a quarter call on a triple axel. Very talented from him. Okay, our next top two here. In second place was Minkyu Se of South Korea. South Korea very much on kind of the top of the men's field in these junior ranks as well, just like Japan. Very clean show program for Minkyu Se. And then third place in the free skate. Did have a fall on the quad sal attempt with an under rotation and an unclear edge on the triple lutz. But the rest of the jumps done very, very well. Triple axel on both ends. Very good for him for second place. Now in first place overall was Ryo Nakata of Japan. This is a very, very talented skater. He won this competition by 25 points, which is very, very crazy. He actually broke the world junior record in the stroke program here with a very clean program, and his free skate was also a first place free skate which was very clean quad sal and a quad toe triple toe down. A very talented skater, and I think again kind of evidence that Japan is very much on the forefront of the junior category, and that's how their seniors get so good as well. Ryu Nakata especially reminds me a lot, and I feel like a lot of people say this, reminds me a lot of Yuma Kageyama. The way he skates, the way he lands is very much Yuma Kageyama-esque, if that makes sense. And, very interesting to see that, obviously. Very interesting to see the different influences, maybe, perhaps, if he is influenced by Yuma Kageyama. But, this is a score, 268.47 that won this competition. That's a score that is fairly competitive in the senior men's ranks as well. And I'm sure as he gets more quads and more experience and more components and performance side, obviously, that could improve. And very interested in seeing that happen for Ryo Nakata. And so, yeah, your top three here: Taiga Nishino of Japan, Min Kyusa of South Korea, and Ryo Nakata of Japan. So yeah, now let's head over to the women's field. Okay, guys, let's head over quickly to the women's category, which is also very much a point of interest for me because the women's category is very, very competitive here, even in the junior ranks. Let's see here. Okay, and 12th place here was Sophie Jolene von Felton of the United States. You might remember her because she is pretty notable in the field. She is attempting quads at her very young age, and she did fairly well at US Nationals. I forgot what place she got exactly, but very notable for those quads that she was performing at Nationals here. She was 8th place in the show program with a very interesting combo in the second half of the program. Attempted a triple axel, triple toe. The triple axel was actually fairly good. The issue was the triple toe loop, which did get an under rotation, a little unsteady after the triple axel. Couldn't get into the triple toe loop, couldn't rotate fast enough to get it. But a very interesting choice of combo in the show program. And then she was, let's see here. She was 14th in the free skate for 12th overall, did a triple axel double toe cleanly, triple style, not a quad style, another triple axel with negative Dewey, and then a couple just negative Dewey on the rest of her jumping elements, triple loop, Lutz toe, Lutz with a fall on it, triple flip, double axel. Very high risk and reward situation here with her technical elements. Very, very high reward, obviously, if she's able to get two triple axels done, if she's able to get a quad sal done. But again, very high risk with under rotations that she got here falls, unfortunately. But yeah, 12th place overall for Sophie Jolene von Felton. Okay, and 11th place from Switzerland was Leandra Simpukakis, who was, let's see here, she was 17th in the short program, actually, with a unclear edge on the Lutz and a downgraded triple toe, unfortunately. But she climbed quite high to 8th in the free skate for 11th overall. Also had a triple axel attempt, fell on it with a downgrade, and then the rest of the jumps were fairly good except for an unclear edge on both of her Lutz attempts, but no worries. And she even got she got all three combos done in the second half, which is pretty good. Good job to Leandra from Switzerland. And 10th place was Mei Okada from Japan, who she was, let's see here. Gosh, let's see. She was actually She was actually 24th in the short program, barely made it, barely qualified, a quarter call on the triple loop, and then a single Lutz triple toe with a fall on it that was under rotated as well. So her technical element was really low, and she very much barely made it to the free skate, just 0.16 over the 25th place skater Hannah Frank from Austria. But Mayo caught up, proved why she's here, proved why Japan picked her to go here. She was fifth in the free skate, wanted a triple axel. Wanted a triple axel, got a single axel, but the rest of the program was done quite well. Quarter on the loop and an unclear edge on the flip. But otherwise, very clean program. 24th in the short, 5th in the free, 10th overall. Very good result that she definitely can be proud of after that disappointing first performance. In ninth place was Angela Shao from the United States. Another big star coming out of the United States, another star that is rising. Quarter call on the triple loop in the ninth place short program, but in the free skate, she was able to remain in ninth overall with an 11th place skate. A couple quarter calls on the last few jumps of the program, an unclear edge on the triple lutz, but otherwise, a very solid program from Angela Shao. Okay. In eighth place, this was a very I think she's kind of a new breakout star here at the Junior Worlds. That was Valeria Eskova of Switzerland here. She was seventh place in the short program with a clean skate, and then she was 12th in the free skate for eighth overall. Couple issues here. She did not a couple issues, only one issue was popping a double Sal cow. Good job, good job, good job. Okay. In seventh place was Ji Yu-he of South Korea. She had a very good result here. 10th place in the short program for Ji Yu. She got a very clean skate. And then she was ninth place in the free skate for 7th overall. A couple unclear edges on all of her edge jumps, the lutz and the flip. Triple South cow with an under rotation on it. And so aside from those negative Jewies, she was fairly good. Those negative Jewies were not way too high. So fairly good for Ji Yuha of South Korea. Okay. Moving into our top six, in sixth place here was Inga Gurgenidze of Georgia. Very sorry. She was fifth place in the short program with a fairly clean skate and unclear edge on the triple lutz. Unfortunately, it just gave her a 0 in GOE. Free skate, very gutsy to go for the triple axel attempt with a quarter call on it, unclear edge on the flip, under-rotated loop, under-rotated Sal cow triple toe on the last jump, unclear edge on the triple flip, under-rotated fall on the triple lutz. And so again, this is one of those like risk reward situations where these technical elements, especially attempting Sal triple in the second half, triple flip, double axle in the second half, and then another triple lutz in the second half. Very risky, didn't play out the way she wanted here, but still very good and enough to keep her in sixth place overall for Georgia. In fifth place was China with Yihang Wang. She was sixth place in the short program with a triple lutz, triple toe, quarter call on that. And then she was sixth place in the free skate as well, with just a couple errors on the second half of the program, unclear edges on both of her flips, and a quarter call on that second one. Fourth place was Sophia Shifrin of Israel. She was fourth in the short with a clean skate. And then, let's see, she was third in the free skate with another clean skate, but not enough to not enough to get her actually on the podium here due to higher scores from the other skaters above her. In third place now, heading into our podium, third place was Mayuko Oda of Japan. Who had a clean short program for second there, and then she had a fourth place free skate with a fall on her triple axel attempt, unfortunately, but the rest of the program, aside from an under-rotated triple lutz, was done very well for Mayuko Oka. Okay, heading into our top two now, and I really want to focus on these top two because I think this could be an interesting, this is a little rivalry happening, maybe it's a little rivalry in the making, but this is a very interesting turn of events. Okay, I think turn of events is a good phrase to use here. In second place, we had Hannah Bath of Australia, which I think is an amazing result. She is actually the first medalist in an ISU championship from Australia for the women's category anyway. And so this is the first medal for Australia for their women in a championship event. She was third place here in the short program for Hannah Bath. Very clean skate, very big surprise score. And then she just had just the biggest skate of basically her life here in the free skate, 138.44 points. She was first place in the free skate. A triple axel, triple toe was done so well, and I thought this was one of the most magnificent triple axels I've ever seen done by a junior woman. She just kind of leaps into it. She kind of just has no fear going into it. She's very, very brave. Very much reminds me of like Midori Ito's very, 90s triple axels. Just flings herself in the air with confidence, and we love it. She also attempted a second triple axel after the first one with the triple axel triple toe. The second one was a solo triple axel, and it had a little negiri on it. Just had to step out of it a little bit, but the rest of the program done clean. Very much attacked all the jumps today. Very much attacked, not today, but last week. Very much attacked all the jumps, and it got her onto the podium. And she was a very surprised of the score, but I thought she very much deserves that kind of score for what a Um, magnificent performance she had. Very, very good for Hannah Bath. Okay. And then in first place, this is kind of like a no-brainer. Like we knew, right? We knew. In first place was from Japan, Mao Shimada, who is so talented. She has been world champion 4 times now. She has never been defeated at all. Okay, hear that. She's never been defeated at all in her junior career. And I believe she was dealing with a cold here or some kind of illness, and so that makes it even more impressive that she still won. Clean program in the short. And then in the free skate, she was second actually in the free skate behind Hannah Bath. Clean triple axel, didn't get the quad toe attempt that she usually does, but they adjusted her program so that it still worked with everything. Couple, spin error and then quarter call on the triple flip, clean double axel, and then quarter call on the second double axel. Oh. Oh, yikes. So a couple mistakes there for couple mistakes there for Mashiwada, but otherwise still fairly good for her. So good, good, good. Good, good, good. That's what we like to see, people. That's what we like to see. Okay. And so I believe somebody said on Reddit that this is the first time Mao Shimada has been defeated in a free skate, and that was by Hannah Bath. And this is one competition. I don't want to judge anything based on just one competition. I feel like in figure skating overall, consistency is and trajectory is better to kind of predict things, but my prediction for this next quad is that, Mao Shimada is going to be on the senior level next season, and that is going to be throwing off a lot. I feel like throwing off a lot of new numbers and everything in there will be crazy. I feel like she's going to have a similar Amy Nakai kind of experience where she's a junior and then she's going to burst out onto the senior field like nothing. And then I believe Hannah Bath is going to the senior field. She's not going to go to the senior field yet. She'll have one more season in juniors. And so we'll see if next season she is maybe the next reigning queen of the World Junior Championships. With the silver here, you got to think maybe a gold next year after Mashimata will be competing in the senior category. So very good results, very good competition from the women. Always very exciting to see more junior women and all those crazy technical feats that they're doing. But let's head over to the pairs and the ice dance now. Okay, guys, I feel like my throat is getting so dry. Maybe I'm not completely recovered yet, or I'm not good. I'm not recovered enough to be talking for such a long time in such a short span of time. But let's talk about junior pairs real quick. I don't watch pairs. I'm sorry. I don't watch pairs in the senior category, and so I'm, definitely very much not like to watch pairs in the junior category. But this would seem to be a really good competition. I'm just gonna say eighth place down. Eighth place was Luis Erhard and Mati Pellegrini from France. They were 10th in the short program actually with a couple mistakes on their elements on the twist and the double axle side by side. They very much redeemed themselves with they redeemed themselves with a 7th place free for 8th overall. A couple mistakes in the early half, but they did pretty well with their rest of the elements, especially the more paired elements with the lists and everything, did really well there. Good for them. And 7th place was Reagan Moss and Jacob Galbavy from the US. who were 7th in the short program with a fall, unfortunately, on those side-by-side double axels, but a very clean double flip throw. And then Moscow were 6th in the free for 7th overall. Couple, again, a few negative Jewies on the throw elements, a fall, unfortunately, on their triple loop throw, but they kept pretty good on the triple south throw, a little negative Jewy there, but still very good program from the two of them. In 6th place here was Yu and Zhang Yuan of China. They were actually 3rd in the short program with a pretty clean skate, except a single axle on the side-by-sides did not give them any points, unfortunately. They were 9th in the free. They have a quad twist. Okay, first of all, this team has a quad twist. They performed that quad twist very, very well. It's very clean here. The rest of the elements just very unfortunate on both of their throw jumps, had falls on them, the flip and the Sao Cow. Quarter caught on the double axle, fall downgrade on the double Sao Cow. So unfortunate for them, but again, another team where the paired elements on the twist, especially, is obviously a quad twist, which is crazy. The lift is, also very well done, and so I'm sure they have a very bright future. Okay. Okay, in 5th place is Olivia Flores and Luke Wang of the United States. They were 4th in the show program here, just an error on their triple twist in the beginning of the program. And then they were 5th place in the free skate with, a couple mistakes here too in the early half of the program. Just a couple mistakes on the negative Jewies, and then a fall on the side-by-side triple toes, unfortunately. But still very good from Flores and Wang of the US. Okay, and 4th place was Chen Yushuang and Dong Yingbo of China. They were, let's see, they were actually 6th in the short program. A couple negative Jewy on the double axle and the spin together. They were 3rd in the free skate with a very, very good free skate, including a very interesting, complex, difficult side-by-side element. The triple flip, double axle. Did get quarter call on the first two of those jumps and then under rotated on the last double axle. But, very impressive that they did attempt that. And then, the rest of the program was done cleanly. So very good for them for getting 3rd in that free skate. Okay, let's talk about our top 3 teams here on the podium. From Ukraine, it was Hannah Herrera and Ivan Kopta, who were, let's see here, where are they? I'm like crazy. Where are they? They were 5th place in the short program. They had a very, very good triple twist there. A little negative Dewey on that spin, but no issue there. And then they rose to 2nd in the free skate with, again, a very, very good triple twist. Very high Dewey that I feel like a lot of senior teams don't even get, which is very impressive. Side-by-side elements had a couple issues. The single South House, just unfortunate from them. But very much the pair elements here are very strong. All of their lifts, both of their lifts were very, very strong. And then that twist has very good Jewy on it. Very, very good. The top 2 teams are both Canadian teams, actually. The first team in 2nd place being Jasmine Duroche and Kieran Thrasher in 2nd place. They were 1st in the strip program with, fairly clean skate. Did get a little step out on that triple Lutz throw, but again, a very advanced throw compared to a lot of the skaters in the field. So that's kind of, again, risk-reward situation. And then they were 4th place in the free skate for 2nd overall. Quarter caught on one of their double axles, and then a fall on the triple style, the row, unfortunately. And so they, dropped from 1st to 2nd overall. And then the winning team from also of Canada, their teammates were Ava Kempt and Yonatan Ilizarov, who were 1st here. They were 2nd actually in the short program, right behind, less than a point behind their other Canadian teammates with a very clean skate. And then in the 1st place in the free skate, they had a very, very solid skate. The only error being a fall on the triple toe loop with a downgrade on the side by side. But that's kind of how this is very impressive coming from them. Being able to persevere after that. And then the triple loop throw had a bit of an error as well. But I often say that it's all about who is the best skater on the night, and this was one of those moments where, this was kind of a little messy on the pairs, unfortunately, with the cleanness of all the programs. A very good effort from all the teams, and it was Ava Kemp and Jonathan Illuja that came up on top in first, with Hannah Herrera, Ivan Kopta in third, and Jasmine DeRoche and Kieran Thresher in second place. And so that's your pairs result. Okay. Okay. Ice Dance. Who watches Ice Dance? I'm kidding. I watch Ice Dance. I'm kidding. I don't watch Ice Dance. But you know who does watch Ice Dance is a lot of people. And let's talk about the top 10 teams here in the Ice Dance field. As soon as I open up the tabs, as soon as I open up the tabs with all the info that I'm supposed to tell you, but I'm kind of dumb. Okay, in 10th place here, we're going from 10th place down. In 10th place was the sibling team Anita Straub and Andreas Straub of Austria. They were 10th place in the rhythm dance with a very clean skate. Didn't get all the yeses on there, the two elements. I don't even know what they're called in juniors. The rhythm hold, and then the I don't know, but they didn't get all the yeses. Unfortunately, they got a few ends in there for no on the elements. But they were ninth in the free dance for 10th overall, with very clean skates, good levels on their list here as well, and their dance spin. Very well done from them. Okay, let's go to ninth place with Diane Schneider and Jakim Novak of the Czech Republic. They were 11th in the rhythm dance. Did get an extended, an under not an oh my gosh, extended hold. It was an extended hold on or too long. Is that what it is? I forgot what the symbols mean. It's too long in their first rhythm thingy majiggy. Oh yeah, I really should brush up on ice dance terminology. They were eighth place in the free dance with a very clean skate, very good Jewy on the twizzles especially, and their dance spin as well, very good for them. And so they were ninth overall. In eighth place was the German team, Alexia Krug, Jan Eisenhaber. They were ninth place in the rhythm dance with a clean skate, not as high Jewy as they would have liked. And then they were 10th place in the free dance. Did have an error on their twizzles here, a little negative Jewy on those twizzles, but well, no problem indeed. No problem, right? We don't have problems with it. Let's see. Good. Okay. In seventh place was the team of Zoe Bianchi and Daniel Basile of Italy. They were eighth in the rhythm dance with a very clean rhythm dance. And then they were sixth in the free dance for seventh overall. Again, very high Jewy on their diagonal steps here and their 1 foot step sequence or 1 foot steps as well. Very good. They are followed by their Italian teammates Ariana Soldati and Nicholas Tagliabue, who were sixth here overall with a fifth place rhythm dance. Very clean from them. Got a lot of yeses in there, a couple no's as well. Level 4 on both of their twizzles there as well. They were seventh in the free skate with errors on their twizzles and the choreo sequence, which is a little bit it got marked with the exclamation point. Okay, and they were sixth overall. Moving into our top 5 for the ice dance field, coming from France was Danya Mudaden and Theo Bigot of France, who were 5th here. They were 6th in the rhythm dance with a clean skate with very high Jewy again on the diagonal steps here. And then they were 5th place in the free dance for 5th overall. Again, a very clean skate from the French team, the young French team. Okay, our 4th place team was Leila Veillon and Alexandre Brandy of France. They were 4th place in the rhythm dance of the clean program, and they were also 4th place in the free dance of the clean program for 4th overall after placing 4th in both programs. Yes. I know what I'm talking about. I promise. Okay. Okay, moving on to our podium was in 3rd place from Ukraine, Irina Pigaina and Artem Koval. They were a very clean rhythm dance, very high Jewy on those twizzles, dang. And the mid steps as well. Okay, very good for them. They were 2nd place in the free skate, very close to 100 points here at 98.87. Again, very high Jewy from them. Lots of plus 3s in there, which is like what we want to see. Good job. Okay, in 2nd place from France was Ambre Perrier, Giannissini, and Samuel Blanc Klapperman. They were 2nd in the rhythm dance. with a pretty clean, a very clean skate, very very narrowly second in the Netherlands, and then they were third in. Oh gosh, why won't it show me? Oh, I don't know why it won't show me the thingies anymore. Okay, anyway, they were second in the free dance as well. No, they were second. No, they were third in the free dance. Sorry for they were third in the free dance for second overall though. Okay. Let me speak. Okay, and our winners here in the ice dance category were from the US, Hannah Maria Aboyan and Daniel Vesluken. They were first place in the rhythm dance with a very, very nice skate. Mostly yeses there. Good twizzles from them. And first place in the free dance as well, breaking 100 points there. So very talented dancers. And this is the US. They're from the US. Ice dance in the US is kind of crazy, as we all know. And yeah, so yeah, in third place here was from Ukraine, Irina Pigaina, Artem Koval, and from France in second, Ambe Perrier Giannicini and Samuel Blanc Clapperman. And then in first place, Hannah Maria Aboyan and Daniel Veslukin of the United States. So congrats. Yay. Okay, that was the World Junior Championships. I know I don't really take, not that this is a very serious competition. I know I sound like I don't take it seriously, but I do, I promise. And then again, it's always very nice to look at the career trajectories of a lot of these junior skaters and say when you see them in seniors like, hey, I remember watching so and so at Junior Worlds or on the Junior Grand Prix. So, I highly recommend if you have time, if you want to, and it's free to watch on the ISU channel, to go ahead and watch some of these, junior competitions, see what skating is like on the junior level, watch these skaters develop and grow in their technical elements and their artistry, and see what programs they come up with, and see how they develop as skaters as they head into the senior category as well. But yeah, that's kind of all for this week's episode of a Teen Dot Skating Podcast. My name is Ango. I hope you enjoyed everything I talked about today about the World Junior Figure Skating Championships. Next week will be a preview of the Senior World Figure Skating Championships in Prague, but I will be previewing who I think is going to win there and everything, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you join me for that. But anyway, I will see you all. I will hear from you. I never know. Oh my gosh, what the heck? That's a firework. What the heck? But I hope I will hear from you guys all next week. So bye bye.